Oh, it is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Activision Blizzard continues to face scrutiny on all fronts after the DFEH issued a lawsuit that uncovered the culture of harassment, misconduct, abuse, and discrimination that's been permeating the company for years now. Employees, after the DFEH released this report and this lawsuit was made public, corroborated all of the stories relayed by the DFEH. Executives responded with statements that were empty and dismissive, which led to further backlash. They didn't address employees' demands, and then they went and hired WilmerHale, which is a union-busting firm, under the guise of this company being one to help the company become a safer work environment when its real goal is to look out for the corporation and its executives. And then after that, there were reports of Activision Blizzard shredding and destroying evidence, because nothing says innocent like destroying evidence. And then across the board, we have seen backlash from the community. We have seen developers striking and organizing, investors and government organizations issuing lawsuits, sponsors pulling out, and most recently, you may recall that I covered a story regarding the CWA, one of the biggest unions in America, partnering with Activision Blizzard employees to issue a lawsuit against Activision Blizzard through the NLRB, the National Labor Relations Board. And this lawsuit was brought about because Activision Blizzard, instead of taking steps to meet developers halfway and to address their demands, they've instead been engaging in coercive tactics, trying to prevent employees from speaking out further, getting in the way of measures that would improve the work environment, because executives, all they care about is self-interest. So right down here, the National Labor Relations Board accused Activision of violating federal labor law through coercive rules, actions, and statements. The complaint issued by the NLRB on behalf of Activision Blizzard employees and the CWA noted how Activision Blizzard has threatened employees to ensure they cannot talk about or communicate about wages, hours, and working conditions. And beyond that, the company has also deployed surveillance and interrogations targeting legally protected activism. So it's just a bad look across the board. Activision Blizzard is facing an assault on all fronts, but as if all that wasn't enough, everything that I mentioned before, yesterday we learned that the SEC is investigating Activision Blizzard over workplace practices. The SEC, for those who don't know, is the Securities and Exchange Commission, and their main purpose is to safeguard market manipulation, ensure that they're keeping an eye out for that stuff. So this organization is mainly there on behalf of investors, and that is exactly why they're investigating this. Investors are pissed that Activision Blizzard didn't disclose the DFEH investigation that went on for 2 years before they issued that lawsuit, and Activision Blizzard didn't warn investors about the ongoing issues within the company that has led to stock prices dropping, with investors stating that they wouldn't have invested in Activision Blizzard if they'd known about all of the stuff that they kept buried under the rug until the DFEH exposed it and brought it all to the surface. So right down here, Kotaku states that the SEC is looking into how the embattled publisher handled the multiple allegations of sexual harassment, abuse, and toxic behavior that became public following a California Department of Fair Employment and Housing lawsuit filed in July. The SEC has subpoenaed Activision and several of its high-ranking execs, including CEO Bobby Kotick. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, a third-party entity is investigating executives, and the CEO himself has been subpoenaed, has been summoned to court, and it'll be very fascinating to see where this all goes. I'll certainly get my popcorn ready for that one. And as part of the subpoena and the SEC's investigation, they are asking the publisher to hand over various documents. Now, I don't know how much of those documents will be useful, given that Activision Blizzard has apparently been shredding documents and destroying evidence, but I suppose we'll find out. But the requested documents include the personnel files of 6 previous employee and records of CEO Bobby Kotick's communications with executives relating to the numerous complaints of sexual harassment and discrimination levied against Activision Blizzard staff. The hope being that these documents will show that the executives were negligent, that they knew about everything happening right under their noses, but decided to let things slide. Now, when reached out to by Kotaku, an Activision spokesperson, Helene Klasky, did confirm that the SEC is investigating the company and that they're focused on the company's disclosures regarding employment matters and related issues, and also confirmed that both current and former employees have been subpoenaed by the federal agency. So this is a pretty wide-scale investigation that is not only looking into current executives, but also subpoenaing people who even used to work at Activision Blizzard. And Klasky makes it a point to note that Activision Blizzard is cooperating with the SEC as if you guys have a freaking choice. Now, because the SEC is focused on market manipulation, their investigation isn't about finding justice for the victims. It's about looking out for investors who feel cheated that Activision Blizzard didn't disclose all this information about the ongoing issues within the company. And so the SEC is investigating to figure out whether Activision and its executives correctly and adequately disclosed allegations of workplace harassment and gender pay issues to investors and other related individuals, and if these disclosures happen quickly enough, according to the documents seen by the outlet. Now, the SEC is just one government organization that's going after Activision Blizzard. Obviously, the DFEH, who are focused on the workers, are doing their thing, and now we got the union, the CWA, involved, who are fighting alongside Activision Blizzard employees, both of who are going after Activision Blizzard through the NLRB. So there is a lot going on. Investors have their own class action lawsuit going on. This is a whole shit show for Activision Blizzard, and given how long the awful culture within Blizzard has been going on for, this has been a long time coming. We may very well finally start to see the leaders of Activision Blizzard being held accountable, and that's what this company's woefully lacking: accountability. Same with many other companies out there. Activision Blizzard issued a statement in response to the Wall Street Journal's initial reporting on this, and they said this: "We have made and are making a number of important changes to improve our policies and procedures to ensure that there is no place anywhere in our company for discrimination, harassment, or unequal treatment of any kind," says the corporation that is engaging in coercive tactics to ensure that employees cannot keep speaking out, to ensure that their organizing and their striking can be mitigated, hiring union-busting firms, doing everything in their power to prevent progress within the company. I don't know how they can have the audacity to release a statement like this while employees are expressing their dissatisfaction by teaming up with the CWA and issuing a complaint through the NLRB. Clearly, the measures and initiatives that Activision Blizzard has taken hasn't been enough. They say that they've made a number of important changes, clearly not important enough. They have yet to address any of these specific demands that employees put out there after their walkout, amidst their walkout and their striking. Instead, we've been hearing about the company threatening and disciplining employees, deploying surveillance and interrogations, just coercive rules, actions, and statements. That doesn't speak to a company that is actually trying to listen to what the employees are saying and actually caring for the human beings that they're responsible for. This is just pure self-preservation, which is why I say the more organizations gang up against Activision Blizzard, the better. I don't care if the SEC is mainly there for investors. There are other organizations that are going on the offense against Activision Blizzard who are actually looking out for employees. Just as many organizations as possible castigating Activision Blizzard and calling them out and making their life difficult and issuing all of the lawsuits that they deserve and demanding change. All of that is very positive results as far as I'm concerned. And beyond the SEC investigating Activision Blizzard and subpoenaing a number of executives and current and former employees, other developments have occurred, like Blizzard Entertainment Chief Legal Officer resigning. Her name is Claire Hart, announced her resignation on LinkedIn today. This article was published 17 hours ago. So yesterday, September 20th, 2021, she released this statement that's kind of your typical goodbye statement, but said nothing about the ongoing SEC investigation, DFEH lawsuit, and all this stuff that's happening within the company. But she is the chief legal officer and decided to depart during a rather tumultuous time. It seems to me like she just grabbed a parachute and jumped off the plane and got the hell out of there. And then just hours ago, it was announced that a Blizzard executive overseeing Overwatch 2 has also left the company. He was kind of the big man in charge after Jeff Kaplan left. Now he's left, so this is just yet another round of departures in what's been essentially an exodus, with Activision Blizzard cleaning house and with individual employees deciding whether they want to stay at the company or not. This is all on top of Jalen Brack being ousted, the Diablo 4 director being ousted, a number of employees who've been ousted as being abusers also being kicked out of the company. And as if Activision Blizzard wasn't facing enough investigations from organizations like the DFEH, the NLRB, and now the SEC, there's another headline here that reads, nationally ranked shareholder rights firm Labaton Suchero is investigating Activision Blizzard for potential securities violations and breach of fiduciary duty. So woes continue to pile on for Activision Blizzard, and this must be cathartic for employees who have felt for many, many years that something needs to be done about this but didn't have the power to do so. Well, now employees have gotten quite a bit of power with the backing of the media, the community, from unions, from government organizations. So I'll be very curious to keep a close eye on this and see how this develops and whether we can get Activision Blizzard to change their ways and whether the people who need to be brought to justice will actually be held accountable and face the consequences that they deserve. Time will tell, I suppose. But until then, this is One Man's Take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on the latest developments surrounding this whole Activision Blizzard fiasco. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.